In this video, we're diving deep into a load of brand new Black Ops 6 Zombies gameplay information that we learned at COD Next, including confirmations of new returning Gobblegums that are super overpowered, the reveal of the Mastery camos we'll be grinding for in Black Ops 6, and even news on the first DLC map. Following on from the Liberty Falls reveal at COD Next, there's been a ton more Zombies information revealed, even Zombies information that I got to exclusively reveal, and we'll be diving into all of that. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to drop the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all the recent support on the videos. We're going to have a ton more on the channel, so if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But starting off, you may or may not have seen, but during COD Next, I got the opportunity, the very exclusive one, to be the first ever content creator on Call of Duty's official podcast, their second episode, and this featured Kevin Drew alongside me, sat on the sofa just having a conversation about zombies following on from the Liberty Falls reveal, and I managed to get a few exclusives out of him, which was really exciting. So the first one is we're going to be going over some brand new overpowered Gobblegums that are confirmed to return in Black Ops 6 Zombies. We already have some confirmations of some OP ones like Perkaholic, but I managed to get some really good ones out of him.
Yes, lots of fan favorite Gobblegums. A lot of Black Ops 3 Gobblegums coming back. Perkaholic, obviously. The big one, right? Who doesn't want all the perks immediately? But crate power, wall power, giving you that pap right off the bat. I'm like afraid. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for shopping free.
Not at launch.
Oh. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Can I ask another one?
You can.
Hold on.
Raindrops?
At launch.
Oh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited about that one.
So it's fantastic that we're getting two fan favorite BO3 Gobblegums returning, starting with Shopping Free, where he revealed that it is not coming at launch, but at some point down the road. Now, what's interesting is when you think about it, Shopping Free is already one of the most overpowered Gobblegums ever in Zombies, and if you don't know what it does, for 1 minute, every purchase on the map is completely free. So all doors, wall buys, pack-a-punch, perks, everything like that. And Shopping Free in Black Ops 6 might be the most broken Gobblegum that we'll ever see, because when you look at how much stuff costs in this game, to get full Pack-a-Punch is going to cost 50,000 points, getting tier 3 armor is going to cost you 14,000 points, and to buy all of the perks ultimately might cost you somewhere between 20 and 25,000 points. You'll be able to get all of that done in one foul swoop, and especially considering there isn't a Pack-a-Punch animation, that's going to be just so quick and easy to get the highest rarity of Pack-a-Punch super quick. And we don't know for sure yet if that's only going to affect purchases using Essence. They might have another version that might let you spend salvage items for free using Shopping Free, or they might combine both of these to where both points and salvage purchases will be free for a minute. Once we know for sure, I'll be sure to update you, but the other one that you saw in the clip there is Raindrops, confirmed to be coming at launch, and we actually have an official image of the new look for Raindrops, where we can see it's now a red color, just like with Perkaholic. But following on, we can also see another confirmed OP Gobblegum returning, which is Near Death Experience. This was widely regarded as one of the most OP Gobblegums as a solo player, because inside of the boss fight, if you had this as a solo player, you were guaranteed to never ever have your game ended, because the way this Gobblegum works is in solo, it will automatically revive you without you having quick revive, and this lasts for 3 whole rounds. And in a boss fight, you never go through any rounds, so you will be infinitely revived. And in co-op, all players that are automatically revived by this Gobblegum are revived with all of their perks intact. I will be shocked if Treyarch keep this Gobblegum to be as effective on solo as it was in Black Ops 3, because it is incredibly powerful. Aside from those returning Gobblegums confirmed, we also get a look at a brand new Gobblegum, which looks to be the icon of an exfil, which if I was to assume, this will allow you to call in an exfil at any time. You don't have to wait until the subsequent every 5 rounds for the exfil option to appear. This should give you the option to call it in at any moment. So going over, we have 25 confirmed Gobblegums coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies, with more to come throughout the seasons, and Kevin's confirmed that Shopping Free is upcoming, and it's also likely that Killing Time might also return as well. Following on from that moment in the COD podcast, I also got to ask a few more questions, but realistically, I just didn't have enough time to prepare as many questions as I would have liked. Plus, we just didn't have a ton of time for that podcast, unfortunately. But I did manage to sneak a question in on the idea of possibly updating Zombies maps over time, where as DLC maps release, older Zombies maps get some new Easter eggs, some new features, just little things like that, because technically Modern Warfare Zombies has been getting that throughout the year. And I do think it would be an interesting dynamic to have some new things added to old Zombies maps. You'd go back and re-experience them. And here's what he had to say.
Yeah, so I would say, there's no current plans in the short term, but that's something I'm always interested in. And I'm actually curious to get your thoughts on, is that something you want? Preserving a game, the map as it is. How do you feel about that? Because now it's kind of become a different experience. You can never go back to the other version.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a really great question. So, that wasn't what I had in my head, but I mean, now...
that's just an example of something like that, right? Easter eggs and things like that. That sounds really cool. Definitely keeping an open mind on that.
Okay. Awesome.
Now, one of the biggest surprise reveals from COD Next that wasn't actually involving Liberty Falls or Terminus is that out of nowhere, Kevin Drew announced that the first DLC map for Black Ops 6 Zombies will be coming before the end of 2024, which is a massive surprise. And I don't know if that was at all planned to coincide with the reception that Liberty Falls has received so far. Regardless of your opinion on Liberty Falls or not, the fact that we are going to be getting a first DLC map before the end of 2024, which is likely to be December, means that we're getting 3 round-based Zombies maps within the space of 2 and a bit months, which is actually insane.
Of them I love come together to set up the whole narrative, right? Because they're happening concurrently, so we kind of have this interesting dual story that's gonna, I think, maybe come to a head, because you might have mentioned a third map today, Kevin.
What's interesting is in the podcast as well, Kevin Drew actually explained a little bit of the Easter egg philosophy in terms of how it compares to older Black Ops Zombies games, and this is what he said.
So I would say directed mode is our answer to that. That is a easier version, and that kind of allows us to preserve the standard mode and to even push it a little bit closer to what it used to be in terms of difficulty. There's a couple things there, right? So for the main quest, right, we're going to kind of go back to the Black Ops 3 style, where once you've hacked, no prompts, no key lines, you got to start interacting with stuff. Now, obviously, we want to make things intuitive. We don't want, nope, we're not shooting rocks over here.
Thank God. Please, never again.
But our hope is that really does extend the length of the hunts. And then as far as high rounds go, we've looked at a couple things to make things more difficult. One of them is limiting self-revives, which I think I said on the stream.
Yes, to total, 3 total.
To 3 total. So that's really limiting your get out of jail free cards. Just the whole overhaul of augments, as opposed to the 5-tiered skill system, is kind of yes, you have some chunky abilities, but it's not all of it all the time. Right?
I felt it when I played. I'm like, dang.
That's
you notice it.
That's the older version. You're basically starting from scratch. And, after you've played several 20, 30 hours, you'll start to, build up a little bit more power. But not quite as much. We're not doing weapon skills this time around, so you can't just my guns do 10% more damage on crit shots, right? That's not there. So there's some tools there. I'm excited to see how the players out there react to that stuff. And, we'll be listening to see if we can make adjustments.
So these Easter eggs are going to be similar to Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is absolute music to my ears. But of course, when he references about no random rock steps, he means the Revelations Easter egg with the random rocks and bones you got to shoot around the map. I was never a fan of that, and thank God he isn't either. Let's now move on to the Mastery camos that are coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies this year, because these were revealed at COD Next, and these camos look absolutely incredible. So let's go straight through them, starting off with Mystic Gold, which is the gold camo for Zombies. Then we move on to Opal, which is very much like the Black Ops 2 diamond camo. Then we move on to Afterlife, which is a combination of the Mob of the Dead camo from Black Ops 2 with a little bit of the Origins colors. And then finally we have Nebula, which is this beautiful blend to me of dark ether and Borealis from last year's Modern Warfare 3 zombies. It's a fantastic looking camo where the color is going to dynamically change across all 4 depending on how many kills you've got with each of these camos. I am definitely going to be grinding all the way for Nebula. Let me know what you think about Nebula in the comments below. But in order to unlock each of these camos, starting with Mystic Gold, you need to complete all military and unique camos for the weapon and complete the Mystic Gold camo challenge. And for Opal, you need to earn the gold camo for all weapons in that weapon class and then complete the Opal camo challenge. For Afterlife, you need to earn Opal camo for all weapons in the game and then complete the Afterlife camo challenge. And finally, for Nebula, you need to earn Afterlife for all weapons in the game and then complete the Nebula camo challenge. One of the biggest quality of life changes they've made to this year's game is that you no longer have to get every weapon to max rank before you can start unlocking these mastery camos. You'll be unlocking them the moment you start using the weapon, which is absolutely fantastic and a massive W. This really is one of those artificially inflated figures where people have to put more time in playing the game than what they necessarily would just to unlock these camos by having to get to max rank. This is a really good quality of life change. Let me know if you're going to be grinding for these camos in the comments below when the game launches. But continuing on from the time that I had to sit down with Kevin Drew, there was also a really great question asked by the co-host Miles on what percentage of players have actually completed Easter eggs. Because Treyarch did state when they revealed Black Ops 6 Zombies a month ago that the percentage of players that have completed Easter eggs over the years has been incredibly small, so small that they really want to raise that number, which is why the directed mode exists. But I think you'll be shocked at the percentage of players that have completed D Machine, which is a very simple Easter egg.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what we're hoping. It's hard to get, because it's so situational based on the map, but I think it was like 5% on D Machine.
Wow. And that's a launch map as well.
Yeah.
Considering how many views some of the Easter egg guys over the years have gotten, it's actually crazy to see that that percentage is still such a small percent of overall players. The final interesting thing that was mentioned earlier on in the COD pod is that when Black Ops 6 launches, there is going to be some sort of Zombies Halloween mode, which is going to be coming during the launch of the game because it comes out right at the end of October. Now, we've seen in recent updates, especially last year of Modern Warfare Zombies, that when it came to Christmas and other themed events for the game, Modern Warfare 3 got some amazing stuff, but Zombies got very little. And that's because Treyarch simply don't own that game. They aren't the creators of it, so they don't really have any control on what amount of stuff gets added to tie in with these sort of celebrations. But this time around, Treyarch have full control over every facet of the game. There's a very good chance that we could see some sort of Halloween mode come to Zombies, and we saw that before in Cold War, and it was really cool. That's going to round up all of the latest news for Black Ops 6 Zombies coming out of COD Next. Again, it was such a real honor to be part of that COD pod and to be the first ever content creator guest. Seeing my face and name on the Call of Duty YouTube channel is kind of crazy, so I really got to thank every single one of you watching these videos, supporting me over the years to allow me to have an opportunity like that. And I really hope that I get the chance again, because I'd love to ask Kevin some more questions. It's always one of those where when you're in the moment, you just don't know what to ask, and then after the fact you're like, oh man, I had like 100,000 questions. But now we're a few days out of the reveal of Liberty Falls and everything like that. Let me know what more videos you want to see down below in the comments regarding BO6 Zombies. And if you want to see my full opinions on Liberty Falls, both the good, the bad, and the mid, check out this video on your screen right now.